let's get into something, man. Let's talk real quick. Let's talk about real estate, but not real estate. Okay? Let's talk about houses, and let's talk about the field. You get me? Let's talk about houses, and let's talk about the field. Because there are some things that need to be addressed and some things that need to be said. So, why not me? Why not you? Why not us here together? Let's talk about this. All right. Now, I have not watched the video. I was going to do it before I started this, but I forgot. But I do know the feeling or the narrative that's being spread around, right? So, I believe there are those among us who have been purchased, right? They have been bought and paid for. Therefore, we cannot give them the power to influence us because their message comes from, someone who's counterproductive to our progress, shall I say. So, today we will talk about houses and the field. But first, I want to give you some context. We're going to give you some script. One from the KJV, one from the Tanakh, just to give a little background real quick of where I'm going with something and where I got it from. All right. So, chapter 26 in Numbers and verse 65. For the Lord had said of them, they shall die in the wilderness. Not one of them survived, except Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, son of Nun. Right? The Lord said he would not give a certain generation the land. He would give it to another generation. Now, here's some homework. You can do a little research yourself. There is a verse where Caleb and others that were in the camp of what we call the Israelites were sent to be spies in a land, right? So when they went there, they got the report. And they saw, it looked like insurmountable odds, like the impossible shit, right? Because, giants and whatnot. But Caleb, he had the heart of a warrior, the heart of future King David, I should say, because he didn't care about no giants. He didn't care about what he saw. He heard the voice of the Lord. And the Lord said, I'm with you. We gonna win. I got you. Right? So Caleb was ready. The older men, a previous generation, went and saw the same thing that Caleb saw. And Caleb was about that life. The older men, they tucked their tail between their legs. You can read it for yourself. They talked about how bigger the people were, how mightier the people were, and how small they felt in their presence. So they were scared to go take the land. But God said, I'm with you. Let's go take the land. They said, nah, we ain't fucking with them over there. Right? So they did not obey the voice of the Lord. And he was angry with them. So he said, okay, I'm going to let y'all die. And I'm going to take your kids. You know what I'm saying? Go read it. And you tell me that's not the sentiment of it is. You didn't want to go do what I asked you to do or what I told you to do, even though I told you I'm with you and I got you. So I'm going to pass it to somebody who's going to do what I asked them to do. Because they believe that I'm with them. They believe that I got them, right? So instead of him giving the land to them then, they wandered for 40 years until the older people who were scared died off. Now, that brings me to the houses. And like I'm going to tell you again, we're not talking about real estate, but we talking about real estate. The real estate of our people, the state of mind, the state of our affairs, not real estate, right? We're not talking about selling, flipping, fixing, but we are talking about them houses, okay? So, I have not watched any, I don't know what they call themselves now. I used to watch them a lot. TNT, you know what I'm saying? We got Diesel and we got the Sir. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna give all these names because YouTube or Facebook, whoever this goes out to, you know what I'm saying? I've been accused of bullying before. You know what I'm saying? Kicked off of social media platforms for speaking my truth because I don't hold my tongue. And sometimes I might, you know what I'm saying? It might sound a little personal. I'm sorry, that's because I'm mad because, you know, people who I thought was, you know, upstanding people I found out they wasn't shit. So, Diesel and the Sir, you know who these people are. I've heard they talked a lot of stuff about a certain young brother. Y'all know who's in the media right now. Number 11. You know. They talked about number 11. And, you know what I'm saying, they pretty much always take the stance that I feel the houses would have took or taken, right? Y'all seen Django, you know what a house is. Or you know what the field is. Me, I feel that I would be the field. I could never be a house. It's just not how I think. It's not how I rock. So the houses are the ones that I feel, point blank period, not hate speech, not threatening. I'm just giving an observation and seeing patterns, you know, thinking about how things got handled before in the scripture. Not my words, but I read them. When I read, I saw that he told a generation they would die before they saw the promised land. So I think the houses gotta die. I just think the houses gotta die. They're going to have to die out. So that means time will pass. So there's no guarantee that the present day field is going to get to see, you know what I'm saying, the great substance, the healing of our land and the restoration of our people because of these damn houses. The generation got to die. And the generation who are more like the field, that think like number 11, that talk like number 11, number 11 got to be a little more strong, bro. He said, drop everything and follow me, right? That means you can't be attached to the cares of this world. Because that kind of shows what's really more important. I understand about responsibilities. I understand about families, bills, food, etc., etc. I also understand